And tonight we have Bob Rothman. Bob is with Roost Real Estate and has been a property manager for 10 years. And he has a vast array of knowledge. So feel free to ask him questions, because if you do, you will get some great answers. And with no further.
Good evening. I'm going to do one thing that I had better remember to do. It's embarrassing when the cell phone goes off. Okay, I don't want to look at it and I don't want to hear it. Alrighty. Like Mike said, I'm a professional property manager. I manage about 270 properties for a variety of owners, local, out of state, out of the country, out of the mines. And I've been doing this for about 10 years. I enjoy doing it. I was a corporate accountant before I got into this business. I parked my CPA, it's inactive, because I wanted to do something a little bit more interesting and more exciting, and property management is definitely it. As a property manager, I have an opportunity to help people solve problems. Okay, now I'm never going to get rich being a property manager, but I sure am going to get a lot of material for a really good book. Because the tenants provide me with all kinds of neat stuff. Owners provide me with interesting stories. God provides me with interesting stories when he strikes lightning upon a property that one of my owners is way upside down on the mortgage. And all of a sudden, his mortgage is paid off. So when you're in this business, you see a lot of interesting things. I'm going to basically just give you a real brief little overview of what a property manager does, and I'm going to kind of open the floor up for questions, because I think that's probably my most useful function, is answering questions. Property manager, number one, collects the rent from the tenants. Make sure that any issues that the tenants have are reconciled, corrected, dealt with, etc. The tenants tend to pay their rent if the property is kept in decent shape, and if you treat them fairly, treat them with respect. So that's part of the job. I, of course, have to treat the owners decently because they're my employer. I have to treat the tenants decently because if the tenants don't pay their rent, the owners don't need me either, because there's no money to pay me, so I don't get paid. So the tenants really pay me, even though the owners think they do. A lot of the owners that I deal with became landlords accidentally. Military personnel, all of a sudden they get TDY, they've got to pack their bags and they've got to go. The real estate market was pretty bad in the late 2007, 2008, 2009. A lot of military got themselves mortgages, zero money down, borrowing closing costs, and then they found out that they couldn't sell the property on 60 days notice. And that's usually about all they get when they go TDY. So I got a number of them that were stuck with the property, so they got turned into landlords. The nice thing about having been an accountant and a tax accountant to boot is that I could sell them on the advantages that owning rental property had for tax purposes. You get to deduct things that you would never be able to deduct on your personal residence. You cannot deduct for insurance as a homeowner, but as a landlord you can, because that is a business expense. If you've got to replace something in the house, if you're a hairy homeowner and your water heater goes south, you put in a new water heater and there goes the money. If you're a landlord and the water heater goes, you get to deduct the cost of that. So you're in bed with the federal government. Okay, the IRS subsidizes your rental properties, but it's a really good business. A lot of the things the property manager has to do, and I was speaking with one gentleman earlier, and I get into this a lot. You need to have some understanding of landlord-tenant law as it's written in the Ohio Revised Code. Section 5321 is landlords and tenants. You can go to the state government website, pull it up, print it off.